So now, filling the attendance form, okay, is super important. All right. If there is any other word better than super, please give it to me. Okay. It's super important simply because, okay, you will be able to get all the materials I will be using to train you today. Yeah. You'll be getting the data sets we are going to be using. Don't forget our topic today, how to use AI to clean and analyze data sets. Not just data sets, large data sets. So ensure you put that in, ensure you fill the form, okay, that has been sent by Tolulope. You can see it. It just dropped now. Just make sure you fill the form and put done. Okay, I need you to put done here as soon as you are done filling the form. Just put done in the chat box. Okay, so you will get the data set. All right, you will get the material I will be using. Okay, you will also get the recording of this particular session. All right, how many of you will be glad to get the recording? How many of you will be glad to get the recording of this session? So of course, what you want to do to get access to this recording, these materials, the data sets, okay, is just to fill the form. So I'm expecting to see done here. Okay, as soon as you're done filling the form, then we go into it proper. Now, there is another thing I need to mention, which is you do not want to be the only one to benefit from this meeting tonight. All right. Yeah. Of course, I know you have a friend, you have a brother, you have a sister. You have someone you will like to invite to this meeting. Okay. So what you want to do is as simple as this. Just copy this link and put it in the chat box, right? Yes. Copy that link and send it to the person, or just forward it to the person. Okay. Forward this link to the person so that the person can also join. Okay. And the person can also benefit from what you are benefiting for free. Okay. Yeah, for free. So yeah, how many of us are ready to get in? I'm going to share my screen now. Okay, as we do not have so much time. Okay, I'm going to share my screen right away. And I need you to confirm if you can see my screen. Yeah, my screen is coming up. So please, can you see my screen? Can you all see my screen? Can you all see my screen? Yes, if you can see my screen, just give me your reaction, okay? Thank you, Juliet. Amazing. Faith. Thank you. So, what exactly are we looking into today? Yes. Why are we here? Okay, we are here because we want to learn how to use AI to analyze, okay, to clean and analyze data. All right, so clean and analyze data. Okay, so now of course there are some things that you should prioritize now. As for me, okay, I have a lot I prioritize. Why, that's made me conclude that, oh, I want to go into tech, I want to go into the world of data analytics. Okay, now the question is, which one is your priority right now? Why are you here? If I may ask you, okay, why are you here? Okay, why are you here? Why are you here? Of course, you have a reason why we are here. Why you are here? Why you decided to, join the community? Why you decided to stay in the community? Why you decided to click the meeting link? In fact, when you click on the meeting link, okay, you do not just join right away. You will be asked, do you want to join? And you now still even join. You click on join. So there is a reason why you pass through all of those steps to join this meeting tonight. Okay. So if the reason is not here, just put the reason in the chat box. And if the reason is here, okay, put the number in the chat box. Exactly. Okay. If the reason is not here, put the reason in the chat box. All right. If the reason is on my screen here, okay, just put the number in the chat box. Chimdi, amazing. Thank you for filling the form. All right. Yes. Fill the attendance form. Very important, please. All right. So that you can get, you can get the recordings to this session. All right. Juliet chose one. So Juliet, The reason why you are here is because you want to be able to work from home. Amazing, guys. Amazing. Yes. And trust me, this is the right session for you to know the required skill for you to be able to work from home. Right? Exactly. Okay. So I'm expecting more responses, right? Yes, more responses. As for me, what made me to actually, venture into tech full time is because of number one, okay, is because of number three. Sorry, number one, two, three, four. All right, four. Um, Yes, one, two, three, four. That was the major reason for me, to say it is time for you, Pius, to go and venture into tech full time. I'm going to give you a very short story of myself. All right, there was a job I was doing 9 to 5. In fact, the job was not 9 to 5. It was, it was, it was 4 to 8. That's not 9 to 5 anymore because I literally wake up around 4 o'clock every morning. Okay, trying to get myself, off the bed, preparing for work, getting to work before 8 a.m. All right. And I do not close. Okay. I do not close, earlier than 5. I close at exactly 5. Before I get home, it's already 8, 9. And that is why I called it 4 to 8 or 4 to 9. Okay. And the painful thing is not just about when I wake up. It's not just about the stretch in time I use, awake, working and light. But it is more about the kind of pressure I feel when I get to work. Because most times I am usually exhausted. I have fought with the conductor. Give me my change. Guy, get out. You're obstructing me. All of those things you queue up. And all of those conversations. That is why I said, Pius, see, if you really want to make the most out of your life, okay, in 2023, yeah, you need to sit down and focus, learn what will make you work from home, what will make you to increase your income in the year 2026. Okay, what will make me to have time for my family. All right, yes, and now I have time for my family. Okay, I can work from home and my income is increased. All right, so I have been able to solve the problem. How was I able to solve the problem? That is a question now. How was I able to solve that problem? I was able to solve that problem simply because, I decided to sit down, okay, and reflect on what exactly I want. Okay. Now, what was able to solve this problem for me is tech. Yes, is tech. Okay. What was able to solve the problem for me is tech. So, guys, how many of you are with me? Are you guys with me? Are you guys with me? So, to confirm if you are with me, I need you to put tech. Just put tech in the chat box. Okay. I want to know how many people are with me. Yes, just type tech in the chat box. Okay, just type tech in the chat box. Akinwande, amazing. Faith, amazing. Okay, interesting. Solomon. So I have a lot of people with me here. All right. So I was able to, to solve all of this problem by venturing into tech. And trust me, it is not just any other because when we are talking about tech, all right, I have tested, a lot, if not all. Like I have tested a lot of tech courses. Yes, a lot. Okay. If I tell you I have my ITN certificate, that introduction to networking, you will not believe it. Okay, I have my CCNA, CCNA1. All right. Yeah. All of these are, networking. I have graphic designing certification, I have a lot. Like I have a lot. Okay, I have a lot. All right. I am on I have so many platforms that I access, for self-development, for this, for that. All right. It was really a lot. Okay. But what made me to now sit down and say, oh guy, which particular course do you want to study? What program do you want to venture into? Like, what is that one that will give me a short period of time and I'll be able to solve my problem ASAP. All of these are my challenges, guys. All of these, guys. Okay. All of these are my challenges. One, two, three, four. Okay. They were my major challenges. And I decided to sit down. How can I solve this? Okay. How can I solve this? Then I decided to pick a course, which is what? Data. All right. Data analytics. Okay. Data analytics. All right. Data analytics is the course I was able to pick. All right. Data analytics is a course I was able to pick. Okay. Simply because it will give me that, that short time to actually learn. At the same time, I can explore. All right. It is easy to transition into. There are so many of them. So many of them. Okay. So many of them. Though, because I was a lover of critical thinking, it's not just lover of numbers now. I love to think. Okay. I love to think. I love to think. Okay. And that is exactly why I decided to venture into data now. That was just a very quick story of myself. Let's get into it. Okay. You are not here for the story. So now, what is the analytics business? The analytics business is a leading e-learning platform designed to help organizations across the world, okay, to empower their teams with a wide array of professional, development options across AI, data, HR, software development, and the like. So, the analytics business, okay, actually has come to solve the problem of many Africans. Yes, many Africans, okay, because what they offer, of course, what we offer here are courses that will help Africans, that is very easy. I mean, super easy to transition into. It will not stress you. Okay, they are in demand. When I say in demand, I mean highly in demand jobs. Okay, every organizations need these particular courses that we decided to sit down and reflect on, because we made lots of analysis. We're able to think about, oh, what are those courses that will not stress people to transition into, okay, and they will be able to work from home. Okay, they will be able to increase their salary in just few weeks. All right, they'll be able to have more time when they have this skill. All right, they will be able to leave their job and sit for a better one. They will have freedom, okay, and also they will not, they will easily get promotion when it comes to increments in pay and and their job. So that is exactly how it works. Now, who is this guy that is sitting right in front of you? Okay, I am a data analyst. I am Pious by name. And tech for me. If you're excited to have me here, you can roll the cloud for me. You can roll it for me. I hope you can still hear me. Interesting, Emmanuel. Thank you. Only Emmanuel is excited to have me here. All right, fit. Thank you. So, yeah, why are we here? Okay, why are we here? So after tonight, you will be able to, see three different things. One is to choose a career. Yes, a career that you think that, of course, that you are sure. Of course, any career you can actually venture into it, but I need you to sit down with one, okay, that is springing on fast. Two is we are going to build an amazing project together. All right. And three is we are going to see how we can actually position ourselves for success in this AI job. So this is the topic that actually brought us here. Now, I am going to first run through my slide. So while I run through my slide, okay, after running through my slide, I will now go into the practical aspect of things, where we are going to see how to use AI to analyze and visualize our data. Guys, am I making sense at all? Yes, am I making sense at all? If I'm making sense, just put yes in the chat box. Just put yes in the chat box. Okay? So, how do we use AI to clean and analyze data? How do we use AI to clean and analyze data? Not just data now, large data sets faster. Okay? There is a tool, not just a tool. There are many tools, many AI tools. Okay, I'm going to be mentioning a few of them as we go on. Okay, that helps you to work smarter on data. Okay, but for today, we are going to be looking into using Bricks AI for smarter data workflows, whereby you have dirty data. All of these are dirty data. Okay, yes, data that doesn't make sense and being transformed into clear information, and this is what we call a dashboard. Okay, this is what we call a dashboard that is making sense of your data that literally does not make sense. Guys, are we together? Are we together? Are we together? Are we together? So that is exactly what we are going to be looking into. Okay, so what are the core competencies of AI? AI can help you to clean messy data sets. Okay, AI can help you to analyze large data sets faster. AI can also help you to build dashboards automatically. AI can help you generate formulas with, you know, can help you generate formulas. And also AI can help you to extract business insights faster. We are going to be using AI, okay, to do all of these things. To clean our data for us, it is going to analyze, it's going to build a dashboard, okay, and it is going to make sense of our own data. Now, there are so many AIs, so just like I mentioned, okay, but I mentioned one just now. Who can remind me of that? I want to know how many people are following. Are you guys following? Yes, I mentioned one AI tool just now. Okay, just now I mentioned one AI tool. Yes, I mentioned one AI tool. Bricks AI. Henry is really following. That is amazing. That is amazing. Bricks AI. So I'm going to give you another one. Okay, as time is going, okay, as we are going further, I'll be mentioning some other AI tools. All right, so let me just give you this one free. Okay, you can make your research. One of them is also Julius AI. Julius AI is also another amazing AI tool that you can use to analyze data sets. I've mentioned two, okay, Bricks AI and Julius AI. So as time goes on, I'll be mentioning, some other ones. What you just want to do is you want to stick with me. I mean, you want to stick, okay? You want to stick closely. Two is you want to fill the attendance form. Okay, you want to fill the attendance form. Okay, Tolulope dropped the attendance form. She's going to drop it again. Okay, just make sure you fill the form and you will get the recordings to this session. You also get this material I am showing on my screen. You get the data set and the case study we are going to be using for practical. Okay, and you will get, every other thing that you need to get. All right, so moving further, take a look at this data set. Take a look at this data set. This is what we call messy data. Okay, it is messy not because of these, all of these things that you are saying, no, okay, but because it doesn't make sense to you at a glance. That is why we say it is dirty. Okay, that is why we say it is dirty. It doesn't make sense at a glance. All right, so large data sets slow down analysts. All right, and there are ways we can use to optimize, maximize our time, and that is through, using AI. Now, AI helps us to clean our dirty data sets. They look for missing values, they search for duplicates, okay, they search for inconsistent formats in your data, Okay, they locate outliers and wrong gates and they get rid of them, they fix them for us. All right, that is exactly how we treat data sets. Okay, that is messy. Now, if you are to work on, the fact is, as a data expert, guys, as a data expert, okay, or even if you're a data analyst, okay, 70% of your time mostly is spent on cleaning data. But AI does this in less than 5 minutes for you. Guys, AI does this in less than 5 minutes for you. Now, depending on how your data is actually dirty, okay, you might spend 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, in fact, a whole 24 hours trying to sort a data out because the data is extremely dirty. And AI can do this for you, okay, just in less than 5 minutes. We are going to look how that can be possible. All right. Now, you can see AI turn hours of work into minutes, just like I mentioned earlier. Okay. So, as pious is, if I am to use traditional workflow, okay, using my Microsoft Excel, using my Power BI for data cleaning, sometimes you may spend 8 hours, I mean, 8 good hours. But with the use of AI, you can spend 15 minutes. 15 minutes is even too much. Guys, 15 minutes is too much. Less than 5 minutes to get in. Now, what if somebody tells you that, oh, there is a way to optimize, there's a way to maximize your time such that in 8 hours, okay, you can cut a work that you're supposed to do in 8 hours to 15 minutes. Guys, would you be interested? Would you be interested? Would you be interested? Okay. Or if I tell you that, oh, guy, there is a job that you have to do for 8 hours, okay, to get 500K, and I tell you that, oh, there is still another job, oh, okay, still that same kind of job, but you'll be using a different method this time around, and that method is just to use 15 minutes, okay, and you still get the same 500K. Which are you going to use? Okay, which are you going to use? Option A, which is 8 hours, or option B, which is 15 minutes? Yes, option B. Amazing, Faith. Amazing. Option B. Okay, because now the fact is, how many 15 minutes can you now remove from these 8 hours? How many 15 minutes can you remove from these 8 hours? Okay, that is 8 times 4. All right, 8 times 4. Okay, that is about 32. 32 times 500. So that means that 8 hours with traditional workflow, okay, 15 minutes with AI workflow, okay, and you can earn times that is going to be times that's going to be times 32 of the 500K when you use AI, rather than just 500K when you are using traditional tool. AI is super amazing, guys. AI is super amazing. What about formula generation? Hey, traditional tools, you can be trying to get everything, in about 3 hours. Looking into your functions, your formulas for data cleaning, like the trim functions, like the learn function, like the mid function, like the case function, the proper, the upper, and all of these functions, the substitute function, the clean function. I'm saying this because I have used traditional tool, okay, and I tell you that, oh, AI can do this for you instantly, guys, instantly. Which are you going to settle for? Okay, Julius AI is there, Bricks AI is there, GPT is there, Gemini is there, all right, that can help you do all of these things instantly. But what is the approach is the question. How do you want to approach it? Okay, designing a dashboard can also be very stressful because you want to get inspiration. When you get inspiration, you want to turn your inspiration into actionable layout. All right, when you get your layout, you now begin to write DAX. Okay, when you get your DAX, you now begin to populate them. When you populate them, you now begin to structure them. When AI can do it for you, automatically. Guys, automatically. So that means dashboarding that may take you 2 hours. Guys, these 2 hours is simply for professionals. Yes, professionals like me. Okay, yes, 2 hours is for professionals. If you are not a professional, you cannot design a dashboard in 2 hours. It's not possible. It's not possible. It's not possible. Okay, because the hours you use to seek for inspiration alone is more than 2 hours. Not to talk of writing your tasks. Okay, not to talk of this and that. All right, when AI can do it for you automatically, we are going to look into it. So we are going to get started right away. Okay, we are going to get started right away. We are going to get started right away. So now I have a case study right ahead of me here. Okay, I have a case study here. All right. So this is an example of the layout of dashboard that I made. Okay, whereby you have the cards, you have each of the charts that are giving you, insights to the data. All right, and all of that. So guys, don't forget to fill this form. Okay, don't forget to fill this form. Don't forget to fill this form. All right, if you fill the form, that means that you have access to this material I am using. Now we are going to build an end-to-end AI data workflow, okay, whereby we load our data, it detects the issues and cleans the data, it validates, it analyzes, and also it gives us a dashboard, okay, and also extracts meaningful insights from our data. And trust me, data analytics is, I'm short of words. Data analysis, okay, is actually one of the major, major courses that are leading the tech industry today. Okay, not just data analytics. Okay, we also have HR analytics. Okay, we also have business analysis and many more that we offer here at the analytics business. Okay, so just like I said, if you fill the attendance form, Tolulope just dropped it now in the chat box. If you fill the attendance form, you have access to this material. Okay, and in this particular slide, you can see what I have here. It says, click to download data and view prompts. Okay, the data sets that I used, okay, the data set that I have decided to use for this project, it is here. If you click on it, all right, if you click on it, you will be able to have access to the data set. All right, so just click on it and it will bring you to this drive where you can download these data sets here. All right, where you can download these data sets, weekly sales data. Okay, just come here, click on these more actions. Okay, click on these more actions and you will be able to download. All right, click on these more actions. Okay, click on more actions and you can say download. Click on download. All right, click on download and your data sets will be downloaded instantly, guys. Instantly. Now, I have been able to download my data set, as you can see, weekly sales data. All right. So we are going to look into that amazing tool that I mentioned earlier. What is that tool again? Let me see if you guys are still following. What is that tool I mentioned earlier? What is that tool I mentioned earlier that we are going to be using? Yes, the very first one I mentioned. What is that tool? Amazing. Bricks AI is the tool. Bricks AI. Okay, Bricks AI is the tool. So you can go to your browser. Okay, go to your browser. All right, when you get to your browser, type in bricksai.com. Bricks AI, okay, .com. All right, bricksai.com. All right, bricksai.com. A minute, please. Okay, so let's use app.thebricks.com. All right, let's use app.thebricks.com. Okay, app.thebricks. I'm going to put the link in the chat box, right? Thebricks.com. app.thebricks.com. That is the official website. All right. App.thebricks.com. Okay, app.thebricks.com. Good. App.thebricks.com. Yes. App.thebricks.com. That is the official website to access bricks. Okay, to access bricks. App.thebricks.com. Okay, so here is app.thebricks.com. Well, just a minute. Um, okay, app.thebricks.com. That is cool. So let's pass through Google. Let's pass through Google. Okay, let's pass through Google so that it doesn't confuse you. All right. If you visit google.com, okay, if you visit google.com, just search for bricks AI. You the bricks. Okay. Here is what is the bricks. All right. Here is the bricks. So you're going to click on this particular guy here. All right. I hope you can still see this. This guy is a tool I am talking about. You click on this. All right. And this is exactly what you have. And this is exactly what you have. All right. Good. Now, what you want to do is you want to get started. Get started means that you want to actually, sign up for bricks. Of course, you can use it without signing up. Okay. But I will advise that you sign up so that you can do what? You can have access to the accounts anytime, anywhere. And of course, you might want to make a reference to the projects you have done before. So please make sure you click on get started. Continue with Google. All right. Continue with Google. Okay. Continue with Google. Just a minute. And that will come up. Continue with Google. So I'm expecting my Google to come up. All right. Amazing. Then you can click on your email to sign up. Okay, click on your email to actually sign up. All right, click on your email to sign up. Okay. Yeah. All right, then you scroll down and continue. So I just want to sign up. Okay, I want to sign up. Of course, I want to sign up. Of course, I want to sign up. So when you sign up, then you can begin to use thebricks.com. Now you can see it is signing me up. Now I am signed up for the bricks. Okay, so I'm going to click got it, and here now if you take a look at this workflow that I have here, the very first thing, who can tell me the very first thing I have here? Yes, just put it in the chat box. The very first thing, okay, the very first thing is to upload my data. Is that not? Uploading my data is the first thing. Amazing, amazing. Uploading your data is the first thing. When it comes to AI, of course, you also upload the data you are using. So here is the data. I've downloaded the data, right? I have downloaded the data. Okay. So I'm going to click on attach file. Okay. Then My data, because it was downloaded, it should be in my downloads. Now, here is the data. Okay, weekly sales data. Here is the data. All right, click on it and open it up. All right. Mary cannot hear me. Sorry, you can hear me, but you can't see my screen. Please, Mary, this is what you can do. You want to exit and join in very quickly. I'm very sure that is your network. Okay, but can everybody see my screen? Guys, can you all see my screen? Just to confirm. Interesting. Okay, everybody can see my screen. All right. So Mary, make sure you exit and join in back very quick. Okay, very quick. Now you can see this is the data set we are working with. Okay, weekly sales data. Now, there is something we call prompts. Okay, there is something we call prompts. So what do we call prompts? Prompts is an instruction, okay, that is given to your AI to perform specific tasks. Okay, prompts are instructions that are given to your AI, okay, to perform specific tasks. Okay, I want to I want AI to analyze this data, clean this data, create a dashboard from this data, okay, that is visually appealing. The layout is properly highlighted, everything makes sense. That is what we call prompts. So I can just come here and type, I want you to build, a dashboard for me. All right. Give me the KPIs to be tracked, such as total revenue, this and that. Okay. Then that is what we call prompts. But I'm not going to stick to this prompt because I've decided to also use AI to generate a prompt. Okay. Yes, I've decided to use AI to generate a prompt that will make sense to visualize and analyze this data. So now, this is what I mean by you filling the form. Okay. If you fill the form, you will get this material, okay, that has the data sets and also the prompts. So if you click on this, if you click on this same link, okay, I have two documents there, which is the data set itself, all right, and the prompt. So you can open up this prompt. This prompt, okay, I can literally write the prompt in this session, but because I want to actually solve this project in less than 30 minutes, okay, that is why I decided not to type the prompt. Okay, of course, this is looking like it is long. It is not long. Of course, it is not long. Okay, it is not long at all. It is not long at all. Okay, I can literally just go to my bricks here and say, generate a dashboard for me. That is a prompt too. Generate a dashboard for me is a prompt. I need to generate a dashboard for you. But because I want some specifics, okay, that is why I used AI, okay, to generate this prompt. Now, you can see the prompts. You are a senior business intelligence analyst and dashboard designer. That is, I am telling my AI to act as a senior business intelligence analyst and also act as a dashboard designer. Okay, then I am telling it, analyze the uploaded weekly sales data sets containing 96 records from April 1st to May 8th, 2026. These are the columns involved. Okay, then also the dashboard requirements, KPI cards at the top. Okay, total revenue, I want to see the total profits, I want to see the total units sold, average customer satisfaction, and number of transactions. Okay, this is me telling AI that, oh, these are the things that we want to track. All right, now for the trend analysis, I want to see daily revenue trend, that is on a daily basis. What is the revenue trend? How much are we making? What are the daily profits trend? The regional analysis, I want to see what region is generating the highest revenue, what region is generating the highest profits. Okay, for the product analysis, I want to see what product is doing well the most, all right, and so on. So I decided to use AI, okay, to get this. All right, I decided to use AI to get this done. Okay, so what you're going to do here is you're going to copy all of this, just highlight from A to Z. Okay, guys, if you fill the attendance form, you have access to this. You just highlight from A to Z. Okay, highlight from A to Z. All right, highlight from A to Z. Okay, I'm going to come again. I highlight from A to Z and copy it. Control C. Okay. Then you come back to your Bricks AI and paste it here. Guys, paste it here. Do you know we have finished designing the dashboard? Yes. Do you know we are finished designing the dashboard? With just these few steps, loading the data, giving it the prompts, then the last thing I need to do, guys, the last thing I need to do is to click on this guy called create dashboard. Create dashboard. So now this is going to load the data. After loading the data, okay, after loading the data, it's going to detect the issues in the data, clean the data sets automatically, validate the data, that is, check if each of the records are valid, if it makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, it tunes it to make sense. Okay, then it will now analyze it by generating the KPIs, those things that the company wants to track. Okay, then also trend analysis, giving me the charts. Okay, segmentation, all right, and also correlation. Now, after which it has been able to do all of these things, it will now give me an, it will now extract the summary for me based on what it has been able to see, read from the data. Guys, am I making sense? If I am making sense, just put something in the chat box, okay? I want you to put crystal clear. Yes, if I'm clear, just put crystal clear in the chat box. I need you to put crystal clear. Just type crystal clear in the chat box. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Akinwande Faith, everybody is with me. Interesting, good. So I'm going to go home. All right, here is where the magic happens. Okay, as long as you have been able to attach your data sets, you have been able to give it the prompts, all right, and you have been able to click on this create dashboard. Okay, the magic then happens. So now I have clicked on create dashboard, importing the data, and that is this face. Okay, yes. Then after importing the data, okay, now you can see this can take up to a minute or two. It's not even up to a minute. All right. So there's something I want you to see here. After which it prepares my data. Preparation means cleaning. When you are preparing something, it means you are putting that thing in place. Now, after that, it cleans the data, then it plans the layouts. Okay, it plans the layouts. All right. Then also it creates blocks. Okay, it creates blocks for the dashboard, and also it generates insights to the dashboard. Also, it generates the summary and it finalizes the dashboard. Guys, I want you to check your time. We have started doing this. Let's say it's about a minute or two. Okay, give it additional 3 minutes, and I can confidently tell you that you can build a dashboard in less than 5 minutes. In less than 5 minutes. In less than 5 minutes. If this is making sense, I want you to give me a round of applause. Yes, I want you to give me a round of applause. Now you can see weekly sales performance dashboard. Okay, now this is what is going to bust your brain. Okay, this has not started busting your brain yet. For some of us that are feeling this is normal thing, Joe, I can design this, Joe. Okay, this is not where the brain busting actually comes. This is not where the wow effect comes from. I will show you where the wow effects comes from. Okay, I will show you that. I know some of you are already falling in love with this. All right, yes. Okay, some of you are already falling in love with this, but I will show you where you don't have any other option than to fall in love. I mean, to fall in love entirely with AI. Now you can see this is telling me your dashboard is complete. Okay, your dashboard is complete. Choose a team. Now I can say, oh, this is not my company's color. My company's color is color green. I can switch to color green. Okay, I can switch to color green. So this is what I mean. So just click on next and get all of these things out. Yeah. Now I can switch this dashboard. You can see my dashboard. This is the dashboard I'm talking about. Okay. I can switch it to color green. Now you can see the theme has been changed to green. So you can edit it to whatever color. This is, another dark. Okay, you can switch it to any color you want. Yes, you can see. If this is your company's color, you can just stick to this, right? And say, oh, I have been able to design a dashboard in less than 5 minutes. Now, where exactly does the wow effect come from? Of course, I know some of you have been wowed. If you have been wowed, I need you to give me your reaction. Just give me thumbs up. Or just give me your favorite reaction. Your favorite reaction. Yeah, your favorite reaction. If you have been wowed. Yes, Faith, that's your favorite reaction. Amazing. Okay, so if you have been wowed, that is your favorite reaction. Amazing. Good. Now, I want to give you another, bonanza. Okay, because what the topic says is cleaning your dashboard, sorry, cleaning your data sets and analyzing. Okay, we have been able to clean with AI. You can see that point of preparing our data is cleaning. We have been able to analyze. We have also been able to visualize. Okay, and there is something I showed you here. It was able to get all the KPIs for us. I'm going to explain this. But what I want to show you now is extracting summary insights. Yes, you are going to get the record in Julius. Just ensure that you fill the attendance form. Where is the attendance form? Tolulope will send the attendance form to the chat box right away. If you see any message from Tolulope, so please just make sure you pay attention to it and fill it. That is it there. Tolulope has sent it right now. Okay, just check it. Okay, fill the form. Now, extracting summary insights. So one thing Bricks AI does is it extracts insights for us. And this dashboard, do you know I can take it into the stakeholders meeting and I can say, guys, I was able to design a dashboard and this is that and that. Now I'm going to present to you as a data analyst. We are all going to assume the role of a stakeholder, a CFO, a COO, a CEO, the managing director. Just pick any role you want to assume. Now, I am the data analyst and I am going to present the findings to you. Now, what I just need to do, which makes Bricks AI amazing, is you can present your findings. AI literally has done the job for you. Okay? AI has done the job for you. You can also present your dashboard to stakeholders. All you want to do is click on present. Okay? Now, the moment you click on present, now I can present my dashboard to you all. You all are the stakeholders. And I'm going to say, hello, everybody. You are welcome to this meeting. Okay? I am going to be presenting the weekly sales report performance dashboard. All right? And based on our data, here is a general overview. This dashboard summarizes weekly sales performance over, early Q2, that is Q2 2026, showing revenue and profit strengths by day, regional and product mix performance, sales representative contributions, and customer satisfaction pattern. Okay, we have some interesting KPIs that our companies thrive on. All right, just pay attention to me, and we are going to look into this and discuss how we can improve our processes going further. Guys, are you enjoying me? Are you enjoying me? Are you enjoying me? Are you enjoying me? So moving further, now you can see the overall insight. I can say revenue and profits are highly volatile, okay, day to day with few pronounced spikes, okay, notably mid-April, that is at middle of April, around April 15, okay, and late April around April 29, okay, there was a increase. Okay, there was an increase in the amount of revenue and profits we generated, indicating occasional large orders, promotions, or channels events. Also, there is a spike, okay, in profits that aligns with revenue surges, okay, implying those high profit volume events, okay, rather than sustained margin improvements. Okay, so I can also say that North and South have mid-range customer satisfaction, within the range of 3.91 and 4.03 respectively, pointing to regional differences in service or product experience, okay, that may be addressable to raise overall satisfaction. Here is the overall insight. Okay, if I go further, these are the KPIs. You can see, according to the prompt, I said I want to see the total transactions. I want to see the average customer satisfaction. Out of 5, the average of customer satisfaction is 3.98, which is close to 4. So we can say, oh, our customers are actually, being satisfied with our deliveries, okay, with what we sell, with our products, okay, with their experience. And that means that, oh, the next target is maybe 4.5. We want to increase this customer satisfaction. Okay, yeah, it is achievable. The total units sold and total profits made, okay, for that particular sales period. All right, so we can go to the next, the daily profit trend. According to what we see in the overall insight, okay, you can remember I mentioned April 15 to April 2025, thereabouts, there was a spike, and this is the spike that AI is telling us that, oh, what did we then do this particular day that gave us this amount of profit? Do we need to keep doing it? That is a question that you ask as a data analyst, asking the right questions. So what really happened this day that we had this amount of profit? Did we run and hard, or did we run on what was it called? Maybe a kind of discounted sales that gave us this profit and all of those things. Maybe we need to be doing this once in a while so that we can increase our profit. So that is exactly how we think as data analysts. You can also see average customer satisfaction by region. That is, people in the West are mostly satisfied with our products. All right. You can also see the daily revenue trend. All right. Yes, April 15 has the highest revenue. That means the higher the revenue, the higher the profits. That is exactly what this shows. Okay. So you can see for each of the charts, there are insights for each of the charts. How many of you will want to explore more of these tools? Yes. How many of you will love to explore more of these tools? How many of you will love to explore more of these tools? So this is not where it stops, guys. This is not where it stops. You can see them. You can see them. So a professional, guys, that is the truth. Okay. It will take a professional more than 24 hours, okay, to clean the data, okay, not just to clean the data. You have to study before you clean. You have to understand before you clean. When you now understand, you clean the data, you then clean the data. After cleaning the data, you now begin to seek for inspiration. You analyze it. After which you analyze, you design layouts of dashboard. After designing layouts of dashboard, you design the dashboard itself. After designing the dashboard itself, it doesn't just stop at dashboard. You need to come up with a presentation, okay, to present your findings to stakeholders. And that is what this Julius AI was able to do for us in less than 5 minutes. It was able to clean the data, analyze the data, visualize the data, and give us a PowerPoint. This is a PowerPoint presentation. Yes, this is a PowerPoint presentation. Okay, you can see how this is amazing. So, guys, how many of us are ready to transit into AI? Yes, you love AI. Okay, you love what AI is doing here, and you want to go into AI and tech. So, guys, tech is no longer difficult. Guys, that is the truth, because you have AI here. Okay, AI is ready to help you. Okay, AI is ready to help you. And we have had series of students. I would have loved to play a testimonial from Jennifer, one of my students. Sent a testimonial to me, okay, regarding the program, regarding how she was able to secure the job based on lessons that were learned during the program. All right, that is exactly it. So Jennifer was able to take that bold step, okay, and she can now begin to think of, oh, I am ready to work from home. Okay, oh, I am ready to start applying for jobs. Okay. Oh, I have all the skills that it takes to work from home. All right. To increase our salary. Okay. To get promotions. All right. Also, to have time for our family and all of those things. So, guys, how many of you were able to learn from this quick demo of how to use AI to analyze data? How many of you were able to learn from this? How many of you were able to learn from this? Yes. How many of you were able to learn from this? How many of you were able to learn from this? I learned something interesting I can want to do. Yeah, Sonny, amazing. Yes, you learned something. You learned something. You have learned a lot. Julius said he learned a lot. Amazing, amazing. So, guys, so just like I promised, okay, I promised some few things. Okay, I promised some few things. Let me go back to the slide. This is what I mean. Okay, I promised that after this meeting, you will be able to choose one career, okay, that is springing up fast that that you can thrive in. Okay, that is one. Two is you will be able to build an exciting AI project. We have been able to do this. It remains choosing one AI career path that is springing up fast. Then I will now go into how you can position yourself for success in this AI job market. So how many of us are ready for the next thing I want to tell you about? How many of you are ready? How many of you are ready? Yes. How can you choose? Okay. AI career path that is springing up fast. So basically, just like I mentioned, at analytics business, we sat down, we made our research, and we were able to come up with some answers to Africans' problems. Okay. Yes. You do not want to use 5 months to learn a program. Okay. In fact, that 5 months, okay, there are a lot of amounts you want to dedicate into that 5 months to learn that. But trust me, under 8 weeks, under 8 weeks, you can solve all of these problems with AI. You can work from home. Okay. Now, the question is, are you ready? If you are ready, that means I can go for that. Okay. Are you ready? That is the major question. Are you ready? Are you ready? So now we have series of courses we offer here. All right. And let's talk about AI for corporates. That is for corporate individuals. Okay. For corporate individuals. Now we have 3 courses that we offer for corporate individuals. Okay. For corporate individuals. Although we have AI for content as well. Okay. AI for content. That is for the content guys. But for corporate guys, just like I am, okay, just as I am, all right, for corporate guys, we have generative AI for data analytics. Okay. And that is exactly what we have done now. Building a project that has to do with data, analyzing a data, visualizing a data, making sense of a data. Okay. Yes. That is generative AI for data analytics. We also have for HR guys. Okay. Generative AI for HR analytics. Generative AI for HR analytics. Okay. We also have for business-oriented people. Okay. Yes. Companies these days, they are looking forward to hiring, projects manager, business analysts. All right. We also have generative AI for project management and business analysis. That is what we call the BA and PM, business analyst and was project management. Now, these are the major 3 courses, okay, that are offered, all right, under the corporate. Now, we also have for the content. Now, how can you use AI, all right, how can you use AI, all right, to build content? We have AI for content creation as well. All right. And it is not just about building content. Okay. Content that can fetch you more money. okay, that can help you increase your profitability. Guys, am I making sense at all? Am I making sense at all? We also have AI for software development. Have you ever thought of building an app before? You can use AI to build an application, not just an application, okay, that will make sense, an application that you will be able to monetize, okay, that will that you will be able to monetize. So, guys, I'm going to give you just 30 seconds to reflect on this. We have AI for content creation, we have AI for data analytics, we have AI for HR analytics, we have AI for business analysis and project management. Okay, we also have automation engineering. Yes, whereby you optimize, workflows. Okay, yeah, there is a whole lot of this in automation engineering. All right, for an example, an organization is looking forward to, okay, let me use this case study I used for my students recently, okay, as an HR expert. Okay, yeah, you are looking forward to optimize, the process such that any customer, or probably anybody that's any employee that you have, maybe the employee, okay, you just decided to onboard somebody, all right, okay, you just decided to bring somebody on board. Automatically you can build a workflow that will send the employee, okay, and onboarding kits, all right, that will create emails, that will assign roles to the employee. So you can do all of this, and that is under the, automation aspect of things. So you're going to build workflows that can work. You can build agents that can work independently. Okay, something that you are really related, that really makes sense now, or that you can easily relate with. You can build an automation that helps you to post on your WhatsApp, customer base on a daily basis. That helps you post on Facebook on a daily basis. That helps you post on LinkedIn on a daily basis. That is what they do in the automation aspect of things. That helps you to respond to your clients. Okay, yes, building a chat bot, that is what is done in the AI automation. Okay, and trust me, it doesn't waste, it doesn't take you more than an hour to work on the project. Okay, so guys, just 30 seconds to 1 minute. Which of these do you think is good for you? Okay, which of these do you think is good for you? Just a minute, right? Which of these do you think you want to venture into? And I will tell you how you can get started. All right, which of these, guys, which of these makes sense for you? And I will tell you how you can get started. Yeah, I can see. Okay, Isaac already dropped something in the chat box. Yeah, please go on. All right. So yeah, I'm going to read the chat box now. So I was going to see. Okay, so I can see a whole lot here. Interesting. Isaac, AI, software development and automation. Okay. Yeah, Faith, generative AI for data analytics. Solomon, AI for content creation. Data analysis with AI. Interesting. So I'm expecting more of this, okay? I'm expecting more. Guys, I'm expecting more. Juliet, AI for data analysis. So guys, I have just 5 slots. Okay, I have just 5 slots now. Okay, I have just 5 slots. Now, what happens to the 5 slots? Okay, what happens to the 5 slots? Now, this is not just about, this is not just about building and just, saying, oh, I am interested in this. All right. We are also going to help you with a whole lot of things. Okay, a whole lot of things. And this is what I mean. This is exactly what I mean. All right, just give me a minute. This is exactly what I mean. Now, let's go into this. These are the benefits. These are the benefits. So it's not just about, training you on how to use AI. Okay, of course, we have 8 weeks of live training. Okay, Saturdays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Okay, Tuesday and Thursday is just 1 hour. All right, the Tuesday is just for technical support. All right, and I have this here. Okay, so let's start with 8 weeks of live training. All right. So after the 8 weeks of live training, we have weekly mentorship, which is from the hour of 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. on Thursdays only, just 1 hour. All right. Now you also have capstone hackathon. We also have CV reviews. We are going to help you review your CV and revamp your CV. And that is exactly on how to get started. Okay. What helps you to position yourself for all of this opportunity? Okay, we are also going to help you to optimize your LinkedIn. All right, train you how you can optimize your LinkedIn, sign up for Upwork, and how you can use Upwork to seek for jobs. And trust me, there are lots of international jobs out there, okay, that will make sense for you to apply. And trust me, in less than 8 weeks of training, you have all of this skill. And trust me, you are fit for any job. Okay, in fact, I can assure you that if you do everything we ask you to do, you can get, of course, you will get a job, okay, that pays you in dollars, okay, in any currency that you want. Of course, interview preparation too. You have an interview. What you want to do is you want to hit up your instructor. Hello, instructor. I have an interview slated for Tuesday, 8 p.m. The instructor then tells you, oh, when are you free? When can we jump on an interview preparation meeting? Okay, your instructor can either bring in an external person, okay, to also, all right, to also help you prepare for the interview. All right, so job reference letter, on the job support, that is, you're already on the job, you need support, you can always reach out to us at Analytics Business. Okay, Tuesday technical support, that is on Tuesdays, you can ask any question, AI related, data related, any question, the tool related question. We also have alumni community, and most importantly, you have a recognized body that is stamped on your certificate, which is the ACTD accreditation. ACTD accreditation. So that is exactly how it works. So guys, we have series of students. For those of us that were here earlier, you would have heard a lot of people speaking about what benefits they were able to enjoy, how they were able to secure the job, just under 8 weeks of training at the Analytics Business. All right. So this is of course, this is Pavel. He was a teacher. Okay, just like me, I was also a teacher before I was able to sit down and say, oh guy, I need to actually go into tech and AI. And now I am thriving in it. Okay, so you can also see Bukola here. You can listen to Bukola's story. Okay, this is an interview with Bukola. You can click here to view Bukola's story. All right, there are so many people. All right, there are so many of them. There are so many of them. But the question now is, will you let this slip off this time? Will you let this opportunity, okay, slip off this time? So the next cohort, okay, starts 6th of June. 6th of June. That is when the next cohort starts. Okay, we had a cohort that started, the May cohort started 9th, okay, of May. That was few days ago. Okay, few days ago. But the next cohort starts 6th of June. Okay, and guys, this is where, you know, this is exactly where I know if you are really serious. Okay, that is just it. Yeah, this is where I know if you are really interested and you do not want this opportunity to slip off this time. Okay, yes, of course, the original value, don't just look at this because of course it is much, but trust me, the original value is what all of these things I gave to you. I mean all of these things. Okay, all of these things. Yeah, our normal price is 250,000. Okay, but you do not have to pay 250,000. Okay, that is our normal price. But because you are here, just like I mentioned, I have 5 slots. Okay, and for anybody that is ready to, maximize, I mean, that wants to take these 5 slots. Okay, yeah, you can reserve one for somebody. Okay, but I have just 5 slots, just 5 slots. So you want to pay one time is 120,000. Okay, you want to pay an installmental. Okay, it is 150,000, and the 150,000 you can spread it into 3 payments. Okay, 50,000 to get into class, 50,000 1 month, sorry, 1 month into your program, and the next 50,000, before your program ends. Or you pay 120,000 naira once. But guys, this is what I need you to do. If you are really ready and you want to secure this slot, okay, I want you to put interested, and I begin to check your name. I already have a notepad here. Okay, then I'll just say, oh, Michelle has been able to secure this slot. Then I'll be able to say, oh, Julius already has a slot. So I do not give your slot to someone else. All right. And how exactly do you secure a slot? Just put interested here. Okay, then I'll reserve a spot for you. I will reserve a spot for you. Or what you want to do right away is you want to click on this link here. All right. So you can also visit programs at tenalyticsbusiness.ca. Okay. Programs at tenalyticsbusiness.ca. Okay. So just visit programs at tenalyticsbusiness.ca. This is what I mean. Programs at programs.tenalyticsbusiness, okay, .ca. Visit it. All right, programs.tenalyticsbusiness.ca. Click on get started and sign up. Then you make your payments via the website. Okay, via the website. And what you want to do next is you want to hit me up. I'm going to drop my number here. Okay, if you are really interested, I'm going to drop my number here. Okay, hit me up and tell me, oh, you have been able to secure your slots, and someone will reach out to you. Okay, adding you to your platforms and welcoming you on board. All right, welcoming you on board. So guys, I think one slot has been secured already. Okay, one slot has been secured already. James, all right, interesting. You are interested. Okay, so you can also see Tolulokwe dropped something in the chat box there, which is the link to payments. You can also visit that link. Okay, visit the link Tolulokwe dropped in the chat box, and that means that you are ready to secure your slot. So one slot is actually gone. James, are you already on it, or do you want to give your slots out? You want to give your slots out? Okay, so James has been able to secure a slot. Amazing. All right. Amazing. That is super amazing. That is super amazing. That is super amazing. So, guys, how many of you are ready to take this opportunity? Of course, you do not want this to slip off this time. Hi, Isaac. Hello, Faith. You are interested? Hello, Solomon. Hello, Olufowobi. All right. Yeah, Juliet, Akiwande, Julius. James has been able to secure a slot. Amazing. Okay, so if you have any question for me, all right, you can kindly put that in the chat box and I will attend to your questions. Okay? If you have any question for me, please put that in the chat box. All right, and I will attend to your questions. All right. Please put your questions in the chat box. Okay, so James, are you working on it now? So I'm expecting your responses here. Okay, so Isaac, what's up? Hello, Solomon, are you there? I know a lot of people should have questions for me now. Okay, interesting, Solomon. So can I create a website and still host? Okay, can I create a website and still host the website? Of course, that is what I said. Okay, so in the software AI for software, you definitely get to create websites, you get to create applications without writing a single code. It is possible. All right, it is possible. Okay, it is possible. We call it the vibe coding. You are coding, but you're not writing the code. AI is doing it for you. Okay, you can host it, you can monetize your, your applications. Okay, you can build a website, you can host it, and you can also monetize your website. All right, that is exactly how it works. Okay, now what if I tell you that you can build a website, okay, that you can simply get, thousands of dollars on, okay, and trust me, you can do this in less than 2 hours. All right, and the amount you even put by yourself to get millions, okay, that is going to come in for you is less than, let me say, it's less than 5,000 naira, because all you just want to do is you want to just do your subscription to consult AI, to use AI. Of course, if you do not have a system, you want to have a system, okay, because that is very, very paramount. All right, it is easier when you use a system to actually, consult AI and, do a whole lot with AI. Of course, your phone can also, okay, but it makes sense when you use a system. Do you get that? Does that make sense to you at all? Does that make sense to you? All right, amazing, Solomon. Okay, so Isaac, you are giving it the second thoughts. Okay, is the amount in Ghana cities. So yeah, it is not in Ghana cities, but if you visit this website, okay, you will see the conversion in Ghana cities. Yeah, okay. All you just want to do is you want to sign up. Look, you are going to sign up. Okay, so when you sign up, Tolu is going to drop the link once again. Okay, visit that site. Okay, then you can see the conversion in Ghana cities. Okay, you can see the conversion in Ghana cities, and trust me, you want to eat me up. Okay, you want to eat me up. This is my number. I'm going to put my phone number here in the chat box. Okay, I am going to put my phone number here in the chat box. 09059390119. Okay, so please hit me up. You can also send your receipt to me, okay, so as I can help you fast track, my colleague that is going to help you get onboarded, reaching out to you. Okay, that is exactly how it works. Okay, Solomon, you have more question for me. Please go on. Okay, I'm expecting your question in the chat box, so I attend to your question. All right, cool. Hello, Isaac. So I want to hear from you. Okay, I want to hear from you. I'm so much interested in you. Okay, so Alpha, are you really interested? So what is the next action you want to take now? Have you been able to visit the link to Lulokwe dropped in the chat box? Have you been able to do that? Hi, James. What's up? So I need you to hit me up, James. Okay, just chat me up. Also, I want to confirm if you have been able to fill the form. Have you been able to fill the attendance form? James, Isaac, Solomon. Okay. Have you been able to fill the attendance form? Yeah, have you been able to fill the attendance form? So guys, just like I mentioned, I have 5 slots, and 3 slots are actually gone. Interesting, James. Okay, interesting, James. All right. So yeah, which okay with the course, can I also create AI video content after the learning? All right, amazing. So, for AI video content, okay, it will make sense if you go for the AI video content creation. All right, that is a course we also offer. Okay, still the same amount. All right, still the same amount. Okay, still the same amount. You get to learn how to use AI to create content. Okay, yes, you get to use AI to actually create content, and trust me, it is an amazing program that you do not want to miss. All right, so that is exactly how it works. Now the question, okay, this AI for websites. Yes, AI for content creation or AI for websites. I'm expecting your message in the chat box. All right, I'm expecting your message in the chat box. Okay. So can you speak? Is it possible you speak to me? Hello, Ikeri James. Hello, James. Okay. So Tolulokwe, thank you for dropping that in the chat box. Visit that link to actually, get yourself committed. So I don't think I can meet up with the payments when next are you hosting the training. So of course, if you cannot meet up, okay, I cannot guarantee you that this price is going to remain at 120,000 naira. Okay, we have cohorts running on a we have cohorts running on a monthly basis. Okay, on a monthly basis, guys, on a monthly basis, on a monthly basis. But I can say, oh, 120,000 naira today, as of today. Tomorrow it can increase to the it can go back to the normal price, which is 250,000 naira. But if you are really interested, okay, and this is to you, okay, this is to you. Can you hit me up and tell me when you think you will be able to you will be able to actually secure your slot, Solomon? Then I can reserve a spot for you. Solomon, does that make sense? Does that make sense? So I want you to chat me up. Okay, I dropped my number earlier on. I'm going to drop my number again. Okay, chat me up, then I will find a way of reserving a seat for you. Okay, reserving a seat for you. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, Solomon? Does that make sense, Solomon? So please, I want you to chat me up right away. I'm expecting your message. Okay, I'm expecting your message right now. Chat me up right away. Okay. Yes, just tell me this is Solomon. All right. Then I will continue the conversation with you. Text me on WhatsApp. All right. And that is it. So to every other person, okay, text me on WhatsApp if you are really interested. And that is it. All right. So I'm going to shut down this meeting anytime soon. Okay, just to confirm, if you were able to get me clear, if you actually gained, you know, you actually gained a lot from this session we held. Okay, so guys, how many of you was able to find this interesting? How many of you were able to find this interesting? You have learned how to use AI to analyze data. Congratulations to you all. So if you are ready to go on, okay, you are ready to go on, all right, you are ready to go on. You do not want this opportunity to slip off. this time around, please ensure you hit me up. Just chat me up, all right, on that number that I have put in the chat box. So thank you so much, guys, for joining. Okay, I have a question for. Okay, somebody has a question for me here. Can we further DM you personally for other inquiries? Amazing. I'm going to welcome you, Folua. Okay. Do you want me to drop my number again? I'm going to drop my number again. Okay, 090-5939-0119. Okay, so that is my number. It's dropping right away. It's dropping right away. All right, good. Before Lua, I'll be expecting, sorry, not if you tell Lua, I'll be expecting your DM. Okay, so thank you and bye for now.